All right, well, welcome to day 3 of the boot camp. We hope that you've learned a lot so far. Today, we're talking about bundles and coupon creation. Andy and Candace are going to be leading most of this today. So Andy, say hi. Candace, say hi. These are your account managers. I got
Hello.
dogs under my desk that are barking. So this is true life right here. All right, I have a little document I'm going to share just to summarize a little bit. Yesterday, there was a summary text sheet that went out in the Google Drive. I can make this available, see if I can pop it into the chat in a second. But I just wanted to I'm more of a visual person on how things are presented. Sometimes I get a little bit confused on how everything goes together. So I thought, well, let's just put something together that's real easy that you can kind of see. So yesterday we talked about choosing your campaign, and really your campaign is just your idea. Like, what is your idea? What are you bringing to market? What are you trying to relay to your customers? And then how will you present this to your audience? Like, what is your first touch point? What's your second touch point? What's your third touch point? Those things can be social media, they can be emails, another social media post. It also can be a video, a reel. And then our marketing team kind of showed you, like, how do you create that content, right? So some really cool tools that they use to hack are things like ChatGPT. This is where you can create content, you can analyze data in text. You can also do quick searches and summaries on idea points. Like, you can put in there, like, what are the top formulas for X, Y, or Z condition. So really cool stuff. And then, using things like Descript to create video content or cut down your already made webinars. This is important. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You guys probably have years of content. Well, you're all so young, maybe months of content, but you can use that, drop it into Descript, transcribe it, and get in there and mess around with the tool. Don't worry about doing it right. It's really important that you just kind of take some chances and learn how to use the tools. And then Cast Magic, actually, I thought this was a cool tool where you can create content for those promotional videos, where you can start emails that'll summarize it for you, even cut a little blip of your video out. So all of that is awesome. And I hope that you had time to get in there and get to know those systems. If you haven't, that's something that you can utilize tonight. Because as you keep pulling these things together, like if you're going to use the holiday gift guide and then you're going to post on social, email, and then maybe another social, you might want a video reel. You might want to, create your own content on ChatGPT, but everything has been created for you in that gift guide. So it's something to do. So today we're going to be talking about bundle and coupon creation, and this is where I'm kind of going to go silent. I'll drop this into the chat so you guys can grab it, open it so you can make notes on it. But, building your product offer, we're going to stay with supplements today and wellness products versus a bundle that might have a service or a test or anything like that. You can do that, but we want people to come back to your store that follow your campaign, that see your social posts, that react to your email to buy the products that you're promoting. This is going to help you increase your revenue. And this system is repeatable, right? Campaign, product offer, touch points, all of this you can do over and over again. You can think of new ideas, new product sales, all of that. So I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to find this document, drop it into the chat. And I'm going to let Andy and Candace kind of take over the screen and start with how to create bundles and coupons.
Thanks, Tracy. And yeah, like she said, going off of some of the things we looked at yesterday that marketing went over, running a campaign, we kind of got a little versed on how to do that. So one thing that I want to start with is our knowledge base. And if you haven't used that, it is in your admin. When you log into your store, there's a help center in the top right corner. So it looks like this. When you get here, I honestly don't always know where to go, but it's really great. So if I want to look for a bundle, I can just search for bundle and it gives me a bunch of options. So if you don't know where to get started, just search for something that you're thinking of. So what is a bundle and how do I set one up? So we talked about this, and there's 2 different types of bundles. Andy will dig a little bit more into the types of bundles and go through the form. I just want to give you some ideas. And if you don't know what to do, or you just think maybe there could be more, but you don't know, reach out to me or Andy and we can show you other stores and what they have on there. A lot of people ask what Tracy has on her store. So I always say it's borrowing other people's ideas, just seeing what people have in there. So as Tracy mentioned, we'll just stick with products today, but it doesn't have to be supplements. I think we always get our imagination stops there. So think about a bundle for allergies. So we take, quercetin and immune formula, but don't forget about clean air. We have air purifiers. We have the little ion boxes. Those are great tools to put into a bundle that can upsell. And if you think your patients aren't going to buy them or you think they're too expensive, that might be true, but you can still put it out there and promote it because I could tell you that I see Air Doctor all over the place. I don't know if it's just the type of people that I follow, but um, that's one brand that I see everywhere. I'm always seeing promotions for it. I'm always tempted to buy. And then I'll go over to some friend's house that I'm pleasantly surprised to see that they have it. So uh, don't be surprised if your patients are interested or want to purchase that. Make sure you have it available to them because they're on your store, they're on your social media or in your newsletter because they want to follow you. They want to read what you have to say. And like I mentioned on Monday, Tracy's always talking about her lean green. She always shows it when she's on camera, even if it's just with us, her team, or if she's creating a video on Facebook or a post. And then she pulled up her store sales, and I don't know if anyone caught on, lean greens were the top product in her store. She takes it and people follow. So get creative with your bundles. And there's other things you can do too. Some of the notes on here were give it a catchy title. It doesn't have to be so serious or so, condition specific. Make it fun. And same thing with the coupon code. If you're going along with a coupon, it doesn't have to be like your brand name and the number. It could be a fun word like, even just like holiday or Halloween. It doesn't have to be so coded for a coupon. And then, make it something easy to remember. And then in those bundles, you can write out a nice description. So talk about it like you would be talking. People can see the ingredient list, they can see the products in there, read the specs, talk about the product, talk how to use it. You can even put a testimonial in there about someone that used a cleanse. You can talk through different ways to use the bundle or incorporate it. So I want to show you some examples. I have a lot pulled up here for you. So here's one, a Mother's Day bundle. There's a sauna, there's a woman's multi, and an essentials. So again, it can be just products or you can add equipment in. Don't forget about the holiday gift bundle that we have. And then if you're someone like me, personally, or if you have patients or followers like this, I think, from my mom, my best friend, some of my neighbors, or like my girls groups that I'm in that will do Christmas exchange gifts. These are the types of gifts people expect from me. They know I would never give a Bath and Body candle. It's so popular in these gift swaps. And honestly, I notice most people open them and nobody's happy with that stuff anymore. They want good quality candles. I know there's a candle in here. So use these. There's great products in here. If you're not familiar with the catalog, search the products tab for the equipment and then reach out to Andy and I. We have a list of the top selling home care, personal care products. So just, expand your offering in here and you can really grow your sales that way. Maybe Andy, do you want to get into actually building the bundles and going through those forms?
Yeah.
Let me know if I
Yep.
missed anything.
Absolutely. So just as kind of a reintroduction to myself, I'm Andy. I'm the West Coast account manager. I come from more of a marketing background than some of our teams, so marketing, analytics, kind of management side of things. So what I'm going to do today is show you just a live walkthrough of building a bundle, and then we'll do a coupon as well. Like Candace said, these forms to submit a bundle to have us build it can be found in the knowledge base. I love the knowledge base because it has a great search function and it's got all of the notes on what different types of options are available with that bundle form. As an alternative method of finding that form, you can also find it from the chat bot in the back end of your store. And feel free to jump in with any questions, or if you want me to slow down at any point, please let me know. We want to kind of make this a working session, so jump in at any time. But I'm in the back end of Tracy's store, and in this back end should look very similar to what you see. And in the bottom corner, you'll have a chat bot that will open up. The first thing it's going to ask you for pretty much every time is your email. And that's going to initiate the process. Now, sometimes it's going to ask you to go back to the beginning to open up those options that it will have available. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. And these are the different options that this chatbot can help you with. Now, one of the things I like to explain is that for something like a bundle or a coupon, we are asking you to submit that information to us with a form, and then we're doing the technical lift for you to build that into your store. And in part, that's just so you're not having to manage technology. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're managing these forms in here. There are other tools that you can get access to. Some of the marketing tools, if you work with private label, you can access our support team from here. In many cases, what I see people using this for most is the coupon code form and the bundle form. For this example, we'll go into the bundle form. It's going to open up a few different options for you. Creating a bundle is building a bundle from scratch. You've got that new idea, that campaign you want to build a bundle form. That's your creating a bundle. Customizing bundle bar colors is going to be a change to the bundle bar colors, which you'll see in a few different places in the store. As an example, this is the EBV Help Store, Dr. Kynes, and the bundle bar color that I'm talking about, oops, she doesn't have it on the front side of her store, is going to be these blue blocks you'll see appear under her bundles. So she's got blue, orange, and green. And this option within that form that you're seeing that has now disappeared, there it is changing those colors just so you can make them branded. A pretty simple adjustment, but a good thing to know how to access. And then changing your bundles, that's really for any edits that you want to do with a bundle. If you want to keep an existing bundle and just add a new product or update it in any way, you can use this change bundle form. It's basically just a text block for you to reach out to our team and say, I want to add this information, or I want to add some images. I think you can upload images in there as well. And so that's a really good way to update those bundles without having to recreate them. So to create a bundle, we will use this first option. And like I said, we're really just looking for this form. So we're going to go to the bundle build form. And this is where you can go ahead and submit that bundle information to us. Now, if you have the capability, if you're ready to go, you can open up this bundle form. If you want to just try something, you don't have to submit it, but walk through this with me as I'm talking about it, and provide any questions in the chat. I actually don't have the chat up in front of me, but I know our team does, so they'll be able to answer your questions there. Or if anybody would like to chime in and I miss it, please let me know. So this is the bundle form. It's pretty straightforward, but there are some intricacies. This contact information is asking for, the store contact information. Now, if it doesn't have to be exactly what the store was submitted under, it's really just whoever is submitting this form. The important part is the store URL and the practice name so that we know which store to apply it to. But if you are the one filling out this form, or if your team member is the one filling out this form, I suggest they use their email there. so that they will receive confirmation when the bundle has been received and the bundle has been created. So quick little note on that, but it can be very functional. We offer 2 different kinds of bundles in the store, and Candace showed a couple options. I'll jump into some examples as well. The first one is going to be a flex bundle, and that is a bundle in which someone can remove a product or only purchase certain products within that bundle. So they have the ability to add all of the products to their cart and purchase them all together. They also have the ability to add individual products to their cart and only purchase part of it. So that's a flex bundle. A fixed bundle is going to be a singular product in which someone has to purchase that whole bundle as a whole. So it would be one product SKU, they would add it to their cart, and that bundle would appear as the product in their cart. So that would be a fixed bundle. And I'll let some of the team chime in here on kind of best practices. I think Tracy probably has some ideas, but a lot of the stores that I work with will use a combination of these bundles. They're not, they're not really specific to one use or another use. It's really more what you're trying to do with them. So a flex bundle is really good for something where all of these things are great for detox. It would be great as a package, but any combination of them is going to give you a good detox solution out of this detox bundle. So that would kind of be an example of a flex bundle where it's not necessarily essential for those products to be used in conjunction with each other. A fixed bundle would be much more applicable to something where products are very synergistic with each other, and it's something where you do want these people to be using those products together. And so at a top level, that's kind of how I see practitioners using them. Candace, I don't know if you have other ideas on that.
Yeah, I think that's perfect, Andy. If you're doing a cleanse and there's 2 products together, maybe like a candida cleanse and a probiotic or something along those lines, and you want them to take them together, make it a fixed bundle so that they can't separate them. And as Andy said, if you want to offer something, just suggestions, if it's a sleep bundle or a stress bundle, it might not be necessary that you have to take the products together, but they're just, your products that you recommend for a certain category. Or as I gave the example for allergies, you might not want to do a fixed bundle where there's an air purifier in there, due to price, or people just might not be ready for that. So I find when practitioners run challenges or a condition specific, it's a condition specific protocol where you need to have complementary products, you would do a fixed bundle in that case.
Yeah, so just to clarify a little bit, on the flex bundle, what I normally do is if it's something that I'll script as one protocol. So for example, if I'm doing a cleanse for candida, right? So my candida cleanse has Candy Kill, SBC, and then a GI detox. So what that means is somebody might order that the first time, right? But my flex bundle, as you can see on the screen, people can add each one individually to the cart, or they can add all to cart. The problem with my flex bundle is that
this is an example of a flex bundle, just live example, just so yeah.
Yeah, so this is a flex bundle. That means people can take something out of the cart or not. Do you see how the Candy Kill is 120 count? This one's a 90 count. And let's see, the GI Detox is a 60 count. So what are they going to run out of first? Right? They're going to run out of the GI Detox because it's a smaller count. So I think like a practitioner, and people will come back and say, hey, I ran out of the GI Detox. So instead of them going back to the store and looking that up, which they don't do, they text Tracy, I may just send them this whole bundle again and say, just add the GI Detox to your cart, where they would do this. So the first time they might add all to cart, but then they might just come back to this bundle and just replace the products. So a flex bundle is good for that if you have protocols that you're using supplements that have different counts. So it's nice to have everything at 120, but not every product company offers a 120 or a 90. We know how this goes as practitioners. When I use fixed bundles, when they can't break it apart, is when I want them to buy everything in one clump. That means I'm going to offer a service, maybe a product, and a test. So that's a protocol to me. So I need them to do the test, maybe the food inflammation test. I'm going to give them maybe a GI product, maybe GI Complete, or something that's like a universal kind of powder that they can take for inflammation until I can read that test. And then I might have a service to interpret that. So that's all going to be bought as one price, one SKU. They can't take it apart. So every time somebody buys that SKU, I get pinged that they bought the test. I get pinged that they need scheduled for a service, and they also get the GI Complete. And if they repeat that every 30 to 60 days, they're going to run out of product at that time. They also need to replace the product. So it just works for a protocol-based test, if that makes sense. So flex bundles, when you want people to be able to take it apart, fixed bundles when you need everything to be together so that you can run it as a service and a protocol for a point of getting a test or interpreting data.
Yeah, and that's I think that's a really good, watching the count in those bundles is a really good point. It's something that me not, seeing patients as a practitioner, I might not think about. So that's something definitely to consider with these bundles as well. And just as an example, this would be a fixed bundle. So as opposed to this flex bundle where each product has an add to cart and you can add all to cart at the bottom, this fixed bundle just has the add to cart option.
And so all those products, how many products were in that fixed bundle? 1, 2, scroll down. The other thing to note is that the details are all below. So that's really nice so that people can see what the products are about. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually a good price for 6 products in a bundle. So one click.
Moving forward in this bundle form, now that we've gotten through fixed and flex, you will need to provide a name. So this is where you can be a little bit catchy, be creative with your bundle name, something that people are going to latch onto. And then you'll tell us what products you would like in the bundle. And it's good to be as clear as possible with this section so that we are putting the right products in there. Generally, when I am building a bundle or when I'm training people to build a bundle, I have them open up their store so that they can go in and find those products and just copy paste whatever products they need in that bundle. So it makes it a little bit easier. So you're not having to track things down and find them for this information that form is going to ask you for. And each product can just be on its own line. Our team is very good about deciphering these, but the more clear you make it, the easier it's going to go. But something just like you see here is going to work very well for our team. And all of that information is available on each product page. The description is an important part of the bundle. There's a lot of different ways that this can go, and I'll show you an example. But it's a really good place to let people know what's in the bundle, how much they're getting of it, kind of like we saw with the EBV help example, what each product, kind of a definition or a little detail about each product can go a long way. Even if you have marketing material that you've designed for that specific bundle, as long as we're not making claims, as long as it's not material that's going to cause red flags, we can use that as well. Now, as an explanation of making claims, I think we've all experienced this, but in the health and wellness world, we cannot go out and say, this product is going to cure this or it's going to fix that. It's very much a support thing. And so when we're adding any descriptions to bundles, we need to make sure that we are following those guidelines. We should all be very aware of them. There are some great tools out there that will help you navigate those as well. But any of that information is going to be great for a description for a bundle, kind of like an extra bit of marketing space that you get. And as an example, this is Liz, I believe, is on this call. Liz has a wonderful store. And this is one of the bundles that Liz Greenfield has built. So this would be a flex bundle where all of these products can be added or removed individually. There is still the add all to cart button. Liz has gone through and done a little bit of both options, like I was just talking about, where she has some marketing material at the top. She's included an image, which I will go over in the form here in just a minute. And then she has some really extensive details. And I really like this option, the way that this is done, because it goes into each product and kind of a description of each of those products. And each of these products, you know, in the bundle is going to have a product page where you can come in and grab some of those details that you might want to include in that bundle page. So if you're kind of jumping back and forth between these product pages and bundle pages as you're building those, you have a lot of the pieces that you need to get those bundle details built out. Moving forward, we do offer images as you've seen in these bundles. So each bundle is going to come with an image, and there's a few different ways this can be handled. So what you're seeing right here is an example of a bundle that's using the first product image to display for the bundle. So if you submit a bundle to us, you don't have kind of a group shot of it, the system's automatically going to display that first product, which is important if you want a specific product to be the first one that appears in a specific bundle. So that's the default setting. It looks fine, works very well. As an alternative, you can build out images like you've seen in this bundle, where it's a group shot of the product so that all of the products in the bundles are represented. And it looks kind of nice. You can kind of see what you're getting. And you can have that used as the first page in the bundle as well. Excuse me. It will also give you an option to specify what image you would like to show first. Now, what we're
Just
looking
a
at.
note on that, Andy. Sorry, before you move on. If you scroll up, there's a little place for you if it says you can view stock images. That's a place where you can choose an image for like a certain kind of bundle. If you want to do a detox, if you want to do, we have like different kind of categorized stock images for you if you want to use them. So you can specify that in the form as well. So I just wanted to make sure and include that. That's there too. And those are more like, they're not going to be a grouped bundle of products that Andy just showed you. It's just like an image of that kind of goes along with the theme of your bundle. So yeah, if it's metabolic health, it's going to have, you know, show someone with like they're eating, or there's an icon that kind of symbolizes that. So you can choose from those as well and just specify in that drop down menu. Sorry, Andy.
No, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that's a great little option as well. So that's kind of the secondary image option you have, is selecting one of those stock images that I just showed an example of. And then the other option, of course, is going the custom route, where you can design your own imagery here. Generally, when I'm building bundles out with people, we start with a simple option. We might use a default image, or just let it use the first image in that bundle, the first product in that bundle to appear, and then get that bundle built so that it's live on our store. Then you can always come back and use that bundle change form that I showed you to optimize and update your bundle look. That works very well because it gives you a little bit more time to work on that design while still having that bundle option available. And that's really what that bundle change form is designed for. In this bundle build form, layout. These layouts aren't necessarily the most clear, but you can see on Liz's, she selects second layout, where it's a smaller image and quite a bit of marketing text. She put a lot of details in there as well. So it's a little bit of both. You also have the option to use one large image like you're seeing in this example here. Now, regardless, our team is going to do everything we can to make this look the way that you need it to. So you are submitting that information and something looks a little bit funky when it comes out, you can always reach out to your account manager or our team that will help build those bundles to suggest it look a different way, or if you want an image used differently. there's a lot of options that you can play with in these bundles. Once you have that layout decision, and keep in mind, like I said, you can build a bundle and come back and optimize it. So if you're not ready with material, you can use this no layout function, and it's going to build that bundle page with just the details that you've added for that description. There's a space at the bottom to upload files for the images that you would like included with your bundle, and then you can go ahead and submit. Once that bundle is submitted, it will take our team, they're generally pretty quick, but maybe 1 to 2 business days to build it out for you. And then they will send a confirmation that says your bundle has been created. It'll be viewed on your store. Looks like we have questions. I don't know if we got all those answered, but is there any questions on this bundle form that people would like further explanation on?
While we wait to see if there's any questions, Andy, I want to steal the screen and show just an example of a little bit more that you can add. So we talked about some of the images. We looked at Liz's bundle and her image. And if you have any guides, like a recipe guide, or here's a heartburn guide, even a video, we can have that put in here for you. So whether it's a fixed bundle, flex bundle, you could build your bundle and put your own content in here. So sometimes people like to do a little further educating on the store here, and people often ask if there's a spot to put any of like their files or documents on here. This is a good spot to do it in the details here. So if you click on here, it gives them a PDF guide, and I think it's about 8 or 9 pages, if that. You might not want to put a whole ebook. I guess it might not matter, but this is generally just a short little emphasis on what you're dealing with in the bundle. So that's always fun to have other content here that they can access for free. Like I said, you could do PDFs, a video, anything like that. And if you have a video, it just needs to be in a link form. So YouTube, Vimeo, something like that. And we can get that put into the bundle here. I see some things going on in the chat.
I posted all of the links to the bundles that I just showed as examples. Those give you a pretty good representation of a lot of different bundle options. The one of those examples will also include a video. So there are options to have a video. We've been talking a lot about Descript and kind of breaking some of this content down that you've used in other places. So when you come across something that might be very good for a video, you can add those to a bundle page as well. So there's a lot of different tools there. And if you go down the road and have questions, just reach out to your account manager. They can help you get those uploaded.
One other thing I want to mention, and I'm kind of going rogue here, is that, we build these bundles and good places to put them into practice. We talked about your social channels, where you're running your campaign, newsletters, your blog. This is a good spot to, when you're talking, in those spaces, this is a good way to direct them to all those products at once. Instead of linking different product pages, send them directly to a bundle. When you're thinking about building your bundle, keep in mind that some of the things we went over on Monday, your average order value, knowing your metrics and your stats on your store, your sales. But one thing I wanted to emphasize that you could do with this is, especially with bundles, is QR codes. I often talk with people about creating QR codes for, products, but we do these a lot for bundles. So if you have a brick and mortar and you're in a waiting room, you can change this every month. You could do it for red light. You could do it for these bundles. You could do it, for anything you want to promote. I know if you have like in-clinic services or products, you hang posters on the wall and talk about a sale you're running or anything like that. You can do the same thing and lead them virtually. The QR codes work great. I know anytime I'm at somewhere in a QR code is shown, you see every phone go up and they try to get that QR code real quick. So they could be really powerful. And you can do something as simple as Google free QR code generator, get one in a few seconds. I also just heard Canva can create QR codes. So you can take your bundles and make them into a QR code for other people, you know, physically to see them. So I thought that was cool.
And hopefully everyone's pretty clear on the bundles. I don't know, Candace, if you want to go into that knowledge base article on coupons.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go through the same thing with coupons. As Candace is talking, I will look for questions on the bundles. Let me know if there's anything else you want clarified. And then we're always available by email for further questions. And I'll do a live example of the coupon code after Candace does an explanation here.
So you want me to go through the form and you'll go through it on a store?
Yeah, just go through this knowledge base article and then I'll open it up in the chat bot. And
Okay. So coupon codes, some things to note here. There are some additional options that are for private label only. Like a buy one, get one free. You're not going to be able to generally use those ones, but 5, 10, 15, 20% off. Those are the most simple ones to use. And think of when you're shopping online, you know, that's generally the most common ones. If you want to know what's going to work for a coupon code, please note we have brand restrictions listed here. So if you want anything higher than a 10%, we only have about 5, 6, maybe 5 or 6 brands here that don't allow a 10%. So you can use 15% off for a lot of brands as well. To, you know, the deeper the discounts, you know, the smaller the offerings will allow. But if it's not listed here, you can create up to, I think, 25%, but it's going to limit what that applies to. So keep this in mind. If you're building a bundle with Purity Coffee and you know, anything, keep in mind if you want to offer 10%, make sure it's not one of these brands. And if you're offering different levels, make sure that you read through here and see what is applicable. So Andy can show you how to get the code in the chat. Sometimes I come here to find it, but Andy can walk through that in the chat.
yeah, let me share my screen. All right. So we are going to go through kind of the same steps as we did for the bundle, but instead of accessing the bundle form, we're going to access the coupon form. So as always, we're going to enter our email. Maybe.
Can I ask a quick question on where, so I'm new and excited about this, but the money, if I say I'm offering 10 or 15 or 20%, does that come from, I've seen it laid out, like, you know, say it's $100 and I'm, you know, making 25. I forget how that language is. Does that come from the 25? That I don't get that then, or where does that coupon? Yeah.
Yep, it comes off your margin. So what you're asking, you make a margin on every product sale.
Okay.
10% off, you'll lose
It comes
10%.
off my margin. Got it.
So, you know, I don't put a lot of stuff on sale, but when I do, it's to drive traffic and volume.
Yes.
You know, you have private label, you could get rid of your overstock like that. So just be thinking about it strategically. You don't want to be the blue light special of online stores, right?
Right.
But you do want to offer, especially in a group product setting, which has a lot of volume to it and a lot of margin, you offering 10 to 15%, you won't feel that hit as much as you would on a single product.
Got it. Thank you.
So coupon code form can be accessed in the same way we found the bundle form. You'll enter your email. We'll go back to the beginning. And this time we're going to go to coupon codes. And there's an extra step here. I'm not sure why, but we have to go to how to create them. And again, we're just looking for that form that's going to look somewhat similar to the bundle form. So this is what we're looking for. It has the explanations of the types of codes up top. Generally speaking, what works well for my practitioners is the simple codes, the 5%, 10% off. People understand those. They're applicable more generally speaking. So those seem to work the best overall. The notes about the restrictions are also included in this form so that you can be aware of which brands will not allow certain discounts on their products. There are some other notes down here about auto discounts. We don't have a way to set up auto discounts, and then just how those codes will be built. Generally, our team is very quick about getting these things built. We do say 1 to 2 business days, but it happens pretty fast. But just keep that in mind. If you're trying to run a sale, there should be at least a little bit of planning in there timeline wise. Again, it's going to ask for your contact information. If you are the one that's filling this out, but I think all of you are probably practitioners, but if you have a team member that's helping you fill this out, have them use their email there so that they know when it's been built, when it's ready to go. It's just a nice functional process so that you're not having to ask about it. Store URL is important. This is going to ask you for that type of code. So we'll go coupon code just to use that standard example. It will ask you for a percentage. In the vast majority of cases, I'm seeing practitioners use a percentage. You can also specify other. So if you needed to do a 7% off or a 5% off for some reason, you could specify that as well. And that's going to be in this special notes section, as it says right there. The coupon code name is important. So these are just some examples, but something that maybe is related to your campaign, what the marketing material is going to be talking about, the size of the code, anything that might be specific and representative of that code is good for a name. In this circumstance, it's either going to be, and this is a little confusing, when all items are added or when any items are added. So when all items are added, you could apply it to whatever it will apply to in your store. Or if you wanted to say, all items from Pure Encapsulations or something like that, that's how you could kind of use that all items option. And when any items would be more specific, so just on these specific items. So this product from Pure Encapsulation, this product from Nutritional Frontiers, whatever it might be. And this special notes section is super awesome. If you are trying to build a code and you're like, I think it's going to be able to do this, but I'm not sure, or I just want to pass on a note about how I would like this to work, put it in this special request section. Our team is very good about communicating with their account managers or with you directly to try to get that code to a place where it's most usable for you. So keep this special notes section in mind. It can be very useful. You can also apply a coupon to a full bundle. So if you want it just to be applied for your detox bundle, instead of adding all those products, you can write that bundle name right there. The start date and end date is super useful, especially if you're good at planning things. If you want to have this set up a couple weeks before the sale's actually going to run, so everything's in place by Black Friday, you can set that start date, that activation date, and set the expiration date as well, so the coupon starts and stops when that sale needs to. So that's a great tool. I mean, it's great for planning just so you don't have to think about it. Brand name and product name. Again, I usually do this with my store up so that I can just grab, the brand and product name from the product pages. Brand name would be right here. Product name is up top so that you can just copy and paste that into those sections. And that's going to be the coupon code build out. Now you will be able to submit multiple codes at once, as you see right there. And if you just need the one, you can press submit and our team will get working on it. Does anybody need to see anything else on this coupon code form? Are there any clarifications, anything else we want to go over in more detail? Doesn't look like it. Let us know if you have questions. I would much prefer to have someone email me with a question than have frustrations caused by, a simple confusion. So I as an account manager really like emails. I love getting in calls. So let us know how we can help clarify that for you.
April, that's a good question. We don't have that feature as of right now, number of use codes. But you could set it for a limited time offer, a week, a day, etc.
You can also set a code to, I believe, Tracy, we can set one to limit one per customer, right? We just
You
can't
can
set.
do one,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
and that can be a really good tool as well, depending on the sale. Just like with the bundle options, the way that I've seen it work best is making use of all those different options. It's not going to be a one size fits all for everything. So keep that special notes section in mind. Let us know what you're trying to do. Lots of different ways those codes can be used.
Well, excellent. Thank you guys for doing that. This document, I dropped it into the Google Zoom, Google Drive. I know what I'm trying to say. I just make up applications, just a Google Zoom. So, just to summarize what we talked about, when you're building your bundle and your coupon creation, log into your dashboard, hit that little chat bot, choose the brands or the products you want to use, choose a catchy name, stay compliant. It can't be like cancer cure. You're going to get Stripe's going to lock you down. Lindsay probably won't allow that to happen. Create the coupon that's easy for your people to remember. Don't make it like, healthy 12756. No one's going to remember that. Like, usually I name the coupon whatever my bundle is. Like if it's a metabolic, I'll call it like metabolic 10. So they know it's the metabolic, then they're getting 10% off. So kind of stay easy. If you want to write a description about your bundle, as Andy said, submit another graphic, or you can actually choose that hero graphic. That will be the first one that pulls up on the carousel and all your other products will fall behind it. So, that's it. If you guys don't have any questions, you now have a campaign booklet where you can choose your own campaign. You now understand, some simple AI tools for marketing. You now understand how to create your bundles, etc. And so you can start all that process now. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about those touch points and how to take that content and actually apply it to social media, to email marketing. So I don't know if Kat and Courtney are still on here, but if they want to pop up, oh, there you are at the bottom. Kat, if you want to kind of touch a little bit on tomorrow, and Andy, if you can drop the screen down, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So tomorrow we are going to go through actually setting up a campaign. So we're going to go into the back end of Meta, just to show you guys some tools in the business suite there for scheduling a campaign. If you haven't seen that, just kind of walking through that. Also LinkedIn, if you haven't set up a page, or if you have, just showing you the tools there. So we're literally going to put those in. So if you are ready, or you can get ready tonight, we can actually pop everything in and you can set up the day that you want to go live on that. And then same with email. We're going to build out an email. It's going to be in Klaviyo, but that will be very similar to a lot of the tools that you guys are using. We'll also go over showing you how we segment and tag, so you can see it in the back end of how we use it, just so that you get kind of a whole holistic view of setting up and scheduling a campaign out. Courtney, do you want to add anything onto that?
No, yeah, I'm excited to actually bring it all together tomorrow. So hopefully you guys have had some time to make your images and your content, and we can kind of implement and hopefully see some results, sometime soon. So it'll be fun. I'm excited.
So hands-on, definitely hands-on tomorrow. So have your Facebook page open, have your LinkedIn open, have your email open. We'd love to answer questions. We can obviously sidebar on things as well. If you have a different program and you're stuck somewhere, we want to make sure you guys are helped. So yeah, the idea would be by the end of the day tomorrow, you would have everything scheduled and ready to go, and could click go on it. And then obviously on Friday, we can go over any questions and make sure everyone's set up for success.
Is everybody feeling good? Anyone overwhelmed? I think we're pretty good, huh? A little bit overwhelmed? It'll be okay. It'll come together. You'll see. It only takes one time, and then you guys are going to be marketing masters. And you don't have to do anything outside of what we taught you in this boot camp. If you just did this once a week, once a quarter, you would drive revenue. Very simple. And people get used to seeing you like out there promoting in campaigns. And it doesn't look like you're selling. You're giving people an option to purchase things that you're educating them on. Your campaign should be insightful, authentic, and educational. Make sure that it's always interesting. Don't just talk about gut health. Talk about specific issues. Get down and dirty with people. Talk about their points of pain and make it different each time. So.
And you don't have to feel like you have to do everything that we're talking about in these calls. We're giving you a lot of different options. And I think one of the real kickers is finding the options that you think are going to fit well with what you're trying to do. Maybe it's a bundle. Maybe you focus on some bundle promotion. Maybe it's a Facebook group. Maybe it's an email campaign, and focus your efforts on that and get it in place and get it done right. Don't feel like you have to have a bundle and a coupon code and an email and fixed bundle and a flex bundle and everything. It's kind of just finding the pieces and working on them one at a time.
Yeah. Now, what I will suggest as an action item, you have your chat GPTs, your AI content, you have all your logins, be ready for tomorrow. Whatever concept you're thinking about right now, let's say you're, going to talk about November and maintaining your weight, right? Start talking about it on your Facebook page now. Just get out there and post like, how many people struggle with their weight over the holidays? What's your average gain? Are you okay with it? Who has some tips and tricks to help maintain weight through the holidays? Like, start talking about it now. Then when you start promoting out your campaign about your favorite products to help you maintain weight, it's not such a cold sale. You're not like all of a sudden out of the box, like Dr. Hilda's like, everyone's losing weight in November. And they're like, whoa, where'd that come from? She's never talked about that before, right? So start, I don't want to say grooming. It's such a bad word now, but start grooming your audience to, align with you on this thought process, and just something small every day. Put a stat up. Like, did you guys know that the average weight gain over the next 3 months is X? I don't have the actual statistic on that, but you could ask Chat GPT what that is now that you have that. So all of these things to start getting out there and nurturing your audience without selling them something. That's called free, valuable content. That's what brings them into you. And they're like, oh, she's giving me information. I like this information. Yeah, I gain weight. No, I don't want to lose weight. Wait, what's your trick? Oh, you have a supplement? What is it? So you're not cold selling them. The thing with MLMs, if you watch them, okay, they cold sell everybody. All of a sudden they're like, brand new product, everyone needs it. And it's like, blah, blah. And then everybody has the same graphic. You can tell who's all in the same network marketing company because they'll say the same thing on 40 different people's posts. Don't do that. Be authentic. Talk about something that's true to you, that means something to you, it means something to your audience. Start talking about it now so that next week when you put out this campaign, they're going to be like, oh yeah, Lisa was talking about that all last week. Wow, I wonder what this product is. And then they're reading your email and all of the things. Okay. So don't cold sell people. They don't like that. Kat, what are you laughing at?
Nothing. I was just thinking you just said network marketing and everyone having the same graphics, and it just made me think of all those campaigns that you see like that. So
she's lying. They're slacking behind my back. I know how these two girls are.
I'm also just very pregnant at this point. My brain doesn't work totally properly. So
it was the grooming, wasn't it? It was the grooming content. Like, I didn't mean it that way. I meant in a nice way, in an authentic way. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, account managers and marketing. And we will see you all tomorrow, same time.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Talk to you all
everyone.
tomorrow.
See you.
Thanks.